Hi guys, my name is Dio and today you're going to be cooking in the kitchen with me. Now if I'm not doing music or writing songs, this is what I love to do, is cook. So today we're going to be making chicken biryani. Now I'm going to run you through a few of the ingredients to make this wonderful dish. Now I am African, so that means everything I do must be infused with my culture. So that means Maggie must be used because there is no dish without Maggie, okay? Now, to start with chicken biryani, you need to have ghee. Now, you might want to use an alternative oil, but this is the mother of all mothers. This is going to give you the authentic taste that your dish needs. The curries, the rice, the biryani. It's going to bring it out, okay? Then we have some garlic. We have some coriander. I know some of you hate coriander because I am one of those people as well where it tastes like soap. However, when you use the right amount, I'm telling you guys, it brings the dish together, okay? Then we have some ginger and we have some onions. We have some natural yogurt, which you're going to be needing to make it thick and lovely. Then we have some spring onions. We have some knorr cubes, again, because I'm Nigerian. We have some curry powder, the chicken biryani powder, which you're obviously gonna need because this is chicken biryani, some black pepper, and this is not a necessity, but I like to add it because it gives it a je ne sais quoi. This is some honey. And then obviously, the star of the dish, the chicken. Now, this is some chicken that I have pre-washed, used some lemons, some salt, and a bit of apple cider vinegar, and scrubbed the living life out of it to make it clean. And I know that some of you don't eat chicken, or you're a bit more plant-based. You can do it with chickpeas, or you can do it with mixed vegetables. And if you'd like to know how to do such thing, you just let me know, and I'll put the ingredients in the description box below. We're gonna start by using 4 garlic cloves and pressing down on them like this because it's the easiest way to open up the skin. So we're gonna take some ginger and put it inside the mortar and pestle, and we're gonna just grind it down to bring out the flavour. You don't need much ginger because ginger is very overpowering anyway. Just a very small thumb till it looks minced like that. That's the consistency that you're looking for. So I've chopped 2 onions, I've minced some garlic, I've minced some ginger, some coriander, you only need a little bit, spring onion, and I like to eyeball cook, so I don't really use it by tablespoons, but for you guys, I'd probably say roughly around a tablespoon of white pepper and 3 tablespoons of chicken biryani powder. Now it's very spicy, so I've only used 3 tablespoons as opposed to using the entire packet. And then I've used about 2 tablespoons of curry powder. Now you can use it to your taste, but like I said, I like to eyeball cook, so just taste it as you go along. And then I'll be using 2 Maggie cubes. So for this recipe, I've used 2 cups of rice and I've washed it thoroughly to get all the starch off of it. And then what I like to do is soak it in cold water for about 10 to 15 minutes. And that will get even more starch out of it. So when you cook it, it's nice and it's fluffy. So I haven't put it in hot water or warm water so that it doesn't parboil, because we're gonna parboil it anyway. So we don't want to do that too early. And the rice that I've used, guys, you need Lakila rice in your life, okay? This rice is the best, I'm telling you now, it is the best rice you will use. And I'm not even sponsored, okay? But this rice, it falls apart. Like, no sticky rice here. We're not going for that sticky porridge. We're not going for that. We're going for fall apart. So please, Lakila rice is all you need. So this is about 2 kilograms of chicken. I've used chicken niblets. because they cook a lot faster, so there's no skin on it too. So this is the powder for this is chicken biryani powder. Pour some of that into there. Then we're gonna take spring onions, and then we'll take 2 of these, which are the Maggie cubes, and just crush them into it. They're very hard to crush, by the way, so sorry this doesn't look too sexy. And then you're just gonna mix everything in. You can use gloves if you want, but I like to kind of really get in there, get my hands dirty. Now this is all mixed up, you're just gonna set this aside whilst we move over to the pan. Now if you notice, I didn't use any salt in here because I feel as though the powder has enough salt in it already, so I don't like to add salt to the cooking. So now we're gonna start by taking our ghee. Like I said, I like to eyeball cook, so I've probably used about 1.5 tablespoons. You can use an alternative if you like, but like I said, ghee is gonna give it's the authentic taste that this dish needs, okay? Then we're gonna take our garlic, our ginger, and we're gonna take our onions. Then we're gonna basically saute it until it sort of browns. What you want it to do. You don't want to burn it, so you want the heat to not be too high. Then we'll take the curry powder and pour that on, and we'll just let that brown. If your heat is too high, then the oil that you're using or the butter will dry up. You don't want to use anything like olive oil because that will give the food a taste. So you want to use a tasteless oil if you're gonna not use ghee. And a little bit of water. Water is what you need. But, yes, you hear that sound? That is sound of romance to me. That is a very romantic sound. Bubbling onions. Oh, and it smells so good. When onions, ginger and garlic come together, I'm telling you, the smell is like no other. Ah, this is smelling, honestly. Ooh, 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 ooh. Once that started like bubbling up, you can see the sauce is thickening. You'll take your chicken and you'll pour that in to this mixture. Slowly by slowly so it doesn't splash everywhere. You just mix everything. Then you're gonna add just a little bit more water. I like to use the bowl in which the chicken was in to get the remaining ingredients out of the bowl and just pour it on. You're not gonna overdo the amount of water because you're still going to put this chicken along with rice into the oven at a later stage, so you don't want to overdo it. So you're just going to cook that on a medium heat, and then you place your lid on. Kind of let that cook. Whilst this is cooking, you're going to move aside to boiling your rice. Now, you want to cook this rice only till about 90%. You want it to be al dente because you're going to now further cook this rice in the oven along with the chicken. So you don't want it to be overcooked. You still want it to be a little bit hard because it's going to finish cooking inside of the oven. So that's more like a taste thing. So just kind of, is it crunchy? Not too crunchy, not too soft, but somewhere in the middle. Don't forget another queen of this dish, coriander. So you want to sprinkle that all around it. Honestly guys, it really does give it the kick. It doesn't give it that soapy taste that you're thinking. Honestly guys, the way this thing, you'll be crying for more. Then just put the lid on. So here is the rice. So later on, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this rice and we're gonna pour it on top of the chicken biryani inside the dish. But you'll see what I mean a bit later on when we get to that part. Ooh. Okay, so this has been like boiling for about 15 minutes. Just give it a stir. It's already looking so scrumptious and delicious. So I'm just gonna give that a little taste and see what it needs. It's yummy. It's quite yummy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of yummy. Then this is the part where we now use our yogurt. This is gonna thicken it up and give it that real flavour that this thing needs. Just gives it like a thickness to it. A curry aspect is what it gives it. Put that in. Like I said, eyeball cooking. We don't want to become a prisoner to tablespoons. We just want to start learning to use our eyes. I'd say about 3 for now. Once I stir it, I will decide if it needs more or less, and once I taste it also. I don't even know whether maybe I want the sauce to be a little bit more thick. If you want the sauce to be thick, you can just remove some of the liquid that's in here. I might actually do that because I like thicker kind of stews. I like it to be thick, and then it's gonna go into the oven. I mean, you don't want it to be too thick because you don't want the rice to burn when it's in the oven. You kind of want to use the liquid to sort of steam and cook the rice and everything together in the oven, but still have a bit of thickness to it. So this is where it gets fun, and I start adding the honey. Like I said, eyeball with your eyes to your tasting. If you don't want to put honey in it at all, then you don't have to. I like that kind of sweet flavor. So now this is done. I can tell that it's done, but you'll know that it's done if the chicken is completely soft and cooked through. And then once we've done that, we're going to turn the fire off, and we're simply going to pour all of this into a ceramic dish. Okay, and pour it in very slowly and carefully. We're not trying to waste none of this goodness. No, we don't want that. Okay, so we poured that on top. Then I'm going to take my spoon and sort of make it even so it cooks evenly. Then we're going to take the rice and we're going to put it on top, okay? Don't be afraid of overdoing it. There's no such thing as overdoing it. Just make it nice and even. So now we're going to take this, put it inside the oven, which has already been preheated earlier. I did it at 160, just because I know that sounds pretty high, but I'm hungry, and who's got forever to be waiting, doing it on slow, like 50 or 80? I want to eat, and I want to eat now. So now we've taken it out of the oven, and we're just going to stir everything up. Stir it up. Guys, I'm telling you, it's going to be so yummy. Just start in the corner. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you just mix everything together. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is chicken biryani. So juicy, so tender, so succulent. Honestly, I just can't wait to tuck in. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this recipe. Thank you guys for watching Cooking in the Kitchen with Dio. Bye.